Hello, everyone. All right. It seems like the sound is working, everything's working. I want to go ahead and apologize to everyone because we are starting super fucking late. I forgot book club, even though I've been talking about it all week. I'm not in the habit yet. I appreciate everyone's patience. It will take me a minute to get there, but today, all right, we are also live in the Discord server. All right, I am unmuting myself on the Discord server as well. Yeah, and so anyone, you're welcome to raise your hand. I'm going to try to keep an eye on that. It should pop up at the top for me, so I should be able to see it. But yeah, actually, I can put the Discord on this side. Great. All right, so we were doing pages 35 through 46. So I'm just gonna. Those sections were on the household altar, so we're going to talk about like a basic altar today. If you are interested in having one, you don't need to have one. Just putting that out there. Ritual items and on libations, and I don't know how to say that word. Cohes, but I don't know how to say that. It's got an accent mark thing. don't know how to read that. All right. Oh my god, I'm still muted. I'm so sorry. I was clearing my throat. So, just getting my physical book here. And fortunately, it's page by page the same. Yeah, so hold on 1 second. That's actually easy peasy lemon squeezy. It is in the pins in the Hellenic Polytheism thread. What? Oopsie. And of course, anyone watching on Twitch, all of our members, by joining the server, have access to our members-only library, which includes over 500 titles of texts, academic texts, excellent blog articles, etc. So, pop over back here. You're newer. Well, no worries. Yeah, you should definitely check out the resource library. And every month, if you want to grab the role bookworms, like we have tons of activities that happen in HH. I feel like they're never enough, but like we do have a lot when you think about it. And so if you grab the bookworm tag role, you'll get notified in every month the resource committee puts out or brings attention to a title that is in the library. It's really cool. They've done an amazing job. Spasiba. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so I have this bit highlighted here because I feel like it's kind of, I don't know, beautiful and important. I have to actually go and like mark up with highlighter and notes on this one day. The altar constitutes the basis for communion between, I'm just going to make it a little bit bigger. It'd be nice if it would focus. For communion between humans and the divine, and is the focal point of the act of worship. So, yes, when doing rituals, when practicing, if you have an altar, if you want to use an altar, yes, that's where you're going to go. I have too many altars. So I tend to just stick to my main one. By the way, I'm just going to show everyone. It's interesting. Sorry, I'm getting a call. What was I going to say? Oopsie, I didn't mean to press the space bar. Nope, I lost it because the stupid phone rang. All right. So this was actually like this was an interesting part. Let's make sure it's on screen here. This we're talking about Zeus. Now Zeus has the gods have multiple roles, right? Zeus is not just the king of the gods. He is the god of thunder. He is the god of lightning. He is the god of rainstorms. He is the god of all of that, right? He's also the protector of the home. He's the protector of the family. Not in the same way that Hera is. We'll go into that later. Was that in this book though? I think it actually might have been in another one. But it's in a different way, right? And so Zeus being protector of the home, it's not like the hearth like Hestia, but it's the physical home, and we talk about it here. Zeus I'm not good at these. Edkios? I don't know. Don't quote me on that. Go ask Larissa, our wonderful mod, who probably has, as she is a worshiper of Zeus, probably has some guides on like pronunciation for, and if she doesn't, I'd be surprised. But she's fantastic at it. We also have a Greek language. I just want to mention it. When we have a Greek language practice period, we have a practice time for I think 4 different languages in the server. It's an unmodded event, but if you are trying to learn a little bit of Greek or ancient Greek, so you can say some of these words that I refuse to learn how to say, apparently, there are many native speakers who would be happy to help you. So when the home has a garden or a yard, a built altar may be maintained outside of the house, as was common in classical times. This is where the differentiation between like Zeus and Hestia comes in. Hestia's in the home. Hestia's in the hearth. Zeus is the whole home, the whole area. And that's why you would see like an altar, like a little, it's usually just like a hole in a wall or something, or a little statue area outside, and you would see like a votive, like a one of those in wall altars inside as well. It was actually really cool because I was watching a tour video of an old house in Greece, and I saw it, and the person said something. They were like, "Oh, we don't know what it was used for," and I was like, "It was an altar! I knew it!" And it was amazing. So, fun history fact. Okay, so I'm trying to read my fucking writing again. So fortunately, fortunately, examples of such have been preserved in excavations of Italian cities that were buried beneath the volcanic ash of Mount Vesuvius. Mount Vesuvius in Pompeii is just like, not Mount Vesuvius, Pompeii is such an amazing historical landmark. There's literally writings that were saved of people smack talking each other in graffiti, like literally in Pompeii. It's like really funny. But it's such a wonderful source of a lot of information because of the way it was preserved. So here's a good example. When a recess, like we're talking about, is not possible, then a similar wooden construct may be used for the same purpose, and even a simpler form, like on a little table, any piece of furniture, or ritual objects. So I just want to highlight this, that you can make your own altar however the hell you want. You can go on TikTok or YouTube and see 100 different altars that all look different. You can also find 100 altars that all look very similar. There are aesthetics that people like. You don't have to follow anyone's example or anyone's style. Your relationship in your practice and with the gods is yours. You do not even need an altar. You don't. You need your love of the gods, and that's it. Your faith. I really wanted to highlight that because whenever we talk about altars, I know that there are a lot of people who have been like, do I have to have an altar? I can't afford to buy something. I don't know, or what to do. And it's like, first, any decor item can be an altar item. Literally go get some fake roses from your like 99-cent dollar store or whatever. Don't give it to Aphrodite. Like anything. There's no particular type. All right. So I want to make sure it's in here. So the small altar or fetish is passed from generation to generation, and it is the object that represents the continuity of the household religion. Think of like I don't know. It's like if there was a rosary or a cross or or maybe it's the photo album that we have, right? From all the photo albums from years past. It represents a certain sense of continuity, a certain sense of connection, right? It is definitely hard for us because I know a lot of us come from other religions, but that's why we have HH. So there's a place that everyone can come and worship and learn together. So Now we're going to touch on Hestia. Because, of course, Auntie Hestia, home and hearth. Hydrate or die straight. Woo. Oh, I don't have my little... There we are. I'm just checking on the stream on Twitch as well to make sure that I am paying attention to the chats. Okay. So the functional use of the hearth, here we are, right here, has been replaced by electrical appliances, and it is thus essential that certain elements of the household worship be readjusted. Hellenic Polytheism is a living religion, okay? We don't have a step-by-step guide to do much of the things. There's some information that we have from the past, but, like, it's changed because, like, look, in different, like, not all cities worship the same gods, right? If you were in Athens, you probably worshipped Athena more. If you were a farmer, maybe you worshipped Demeter more. If you were a fisher, are we getting the point here? Awesome. So, it changed. It changed region to region. It changes year to year. Things change and have to become adapted as we move forward and the world changes. So, does that mean that you can't have a hearth? Like, look, my house has a fireplace, but I live in California. Fires are a problem. So we don't use it. Does that mean it's not the hearth? No. If I felt like that was the hearth, then that's my practice. For me, I have a candle on an altar. It's an electric candle, which I highly recommend because I don't have to worry about fire. And it's got a switch, and I turn it on when I leave the room, when I leave my house to go to work. I turned that on, and I also named my security camera Hestia. And those are my things that I do when it's something that I do almost every day anyway. It's a routine. But in that moment, when I come back to my house and I shut off the security camera and turn off I don't normally turn off the candle, but if I did, I would also do it. But usually when I turn off the security camera only is when I do it, and I'll stand there and I'll just turn it off and like close the cover, and I'll say like, thank you, Hestia, for protecting my home while I was away. It's a little thing. It's a small act, and it's not necessarily my hearth, but it is the part that my room is my home, right? It's my main place in this house, and Auntie Hestia is the protector of the household, like within the house. We're lining these things up. Yeah. And so that's how I incorporate, even though I don't have a fireplace, even though I don't have a fire, we adapt it as best we can. So, I have so many notes in my book. I'm like, so this is a good point here. So generally, I leaned on the space bar again. Is that where we were? Perfect. Okay. What paragraph is it in? Even. What is particularly important today, as it is then, is that a sacred hearth fire is kept to be used for ceremonial needs. Again, this could be like the lighting of an incense. It could be an electric candle. It could be a real fire. I like to use real fire. But I have a special cast iron, I think it's cast iron, container that is specifically for that, for the outside. And I have another really tiny one, like think of like a quarter size, like a quarter could fit in it, for a small burning offering that goes on a plate, like a metal thing underneath it. And I have a whole fucking setup. Fire safety is very important here at HH. We very much care. So, there is a stationary at-home altars and portable altars. Yes, portable altars are a thing. I've taken portable altars on travels. Let me just read the whole comment out loud. One thing I noticed about this religion is that there are stationary at-home altars and portable altars, take wherever with you. I have a portable one for Athena. I'm making myself. First off, also, I'm just going to note I'm actually making and going to be selling eventually portable altars. because so many people use them, and so many people also use them as incognito altars. Because a lot of people do live in, homes that maybe are not the most accepting. I'm very grateful to live in a home where my father just kind of goes, whatever. And has kind of come to accept it. Portable altar mainly, yeah, exactly. Exactly. You may live in a place that is not necessarily have room, or other people are too much in your space. And a portable altar is really great in that sense. Yeah, I know. I just didn't want to disclose that fact on public stream because we are streaming on Twitch. And that's an identifying thing, even though I didn't say your name. But like, yeah, and if you are someone, yeah, because we're streaming, I do try to be very conscious when reading comments and things on Twitch, because we're streaming on Twitch and on YouTube, as well as in the Discord server. While we're mentioning that, let me take this amazing opportunity to say a big thank you to those who support us through subscribing on Twitch, through subscribing on Patreon, through boosting the server, because all of the things that we do, look, shit costs money, all right? I hate to say it. I know, it's crazy, but shit costs money. And I want to thank our amazing our Patreon temple patrons who help keep things running. Dugga Thugga, Affectionate Kitten, Avery, Zephyr, Ever, Sam, Boopage, Mycius, Porcius, all of these amazing people who are in this server. These are the server names, so you're welcome to go and give them a... help us, as well as within the Discord server. We have our amazing Pegasus boosters, Alistair, Bees, Blade, Mercury, who's one of our amazing mods, Pete, Vinegar, and Zothic. These are the people who, like, the Discord server boosters help us not just, they help us provide a better experience for all of our members. So I always really want to say thank you, because without them, we wouldn't be able to stream our rituals in the lovely HD quality that we do. We wouldn't have all the amazing emojis that we change the member emoji every month to help celebrate part of our little celebration of the deity of that month. So big, huge thank you. And thank you also again to those who donate on Patreon, because we wouldn't be able to have things like the Minecraft server that I still can't get into, but everyone else can. The website, we wouldn't be able to. We really need to get back to doing our giveaways. We used to do a lot of giveaways, and life got crazy. And we're going to be starting up our giveaways again. And I'm very excited about it. So back to the book. Portable altars and stationary altars. Yes. So I actually used a portable altar that I made for myself when I went up to Alaska, and it was wonderful because I put little prayer cards in it. I suggest that, or save some like little prayer on your phone, or wing it if you want to. You do you, boo. But they're really great if you are traveling, if you are living someplace that you need, or if you maybe you worship Gaia and you want to go out into the woods. Maybe you worship Artemis and you want to go out for a walk. And you want to bring something with you to do your offerings and to worship. And literally all you need you don't even need an altar. You don't need any of that stuff. It's just fun because we like the shiny things, right? So there's also a variety of ways, and I love that they list a few examples here. One of the things I love about this book is that they do give you examples of other ideas for things, and I find that to be very helpful. Also, the footnotes are fun. All right, I'm gonna take a drink. So do we have any questions or thoughts on altars before we move into ritual items? Which... They obviously mesh really well together because of the fact that you're going to be using probably some ritual items while you are worshiping. So just like on your altar, I'm moving my little emoji around while I'm giving adequate time. And if you have a question later on that relates to something that we already talked about and move on from, please feel free to just post it in the chat. We'll get back to it. Alrighty. I wish the pictures were honestly bigger. So ritual items. These items are items that we dedicate solely for the purpose of worship, an act which induces us in the correct mental state to perform the necessary rituals. There are, I believe we break down a ritual later in the book, but we're going to go over it just like a quick second here. So with ritual items, well, with rituals, there is a certain, like, a basic format that, like, we stick to in HH, and that is historically known. So this is like cleansing, right? That's the first part of a ritual. That helps us get into the correct mental state. And similarly, like, look, if you're getting ready for a night on the town, you're going to spend the time, you're going to do the self-care, you're going to put on your favorite, I don't know, deodorant, cologne, perfume. For sure. There's a ritual, right? There is a certain thing that you do to get ready for this thing. Same, and it puts you in that right frame of mind, right? To go out and have fun. So, for rituals, is it different for each? So like it is different. Like the format's the same. Like but it's the ritual is customized, and at HH we're a little bit more casual with it because we have so many people who are beginners, and we just want to make it like friendly and easy and not so much stress. But again, there's the same format. Oh, we're going into it right now, aren't we? Yeah, we are. We're gonna go into it right here. we're gonna get right into it. But oh my god, it's pouring outside. Holy crap. Sorry guys, I live in California, so it pouring and being stormy. Praise Zeus! We love you! Oh, you're in Cali too! Dope. Stay warm and dry. Dope. So, yeah. Oh my gosh, you lost power twice. Goodness. Well, we could all do a little prayer at the end of the thing. Oh my god, I could see the rain. I might go outside and stand in the rain. I've seen Larusa, again, one of our mods who is also a worshiper of Zeus. One of the videos I saw, she was literally sitting in a rainstorm and meditating as her as her dedication act to the gods. So we obviously change things like the prayers. We change maybe offerings. Maybe we're doing something outside versus inside. There are little customizations like that, but the format is the same. Okay. So, again, they're talking here about there not being any tradition. If there's no traditional heart, there are substitutes. Love that. I love also, like, they talk about safety measures and stuff, and, like, having, like, beeswax candles so that it's natural substances. I love that they give, that the author gives examples here. Just wonderful. This book is such a good resource. And again, you can download it for free. It's part of our resources here at HH. It's actually in the chat if anyone would like it, if you don't already have it. So Kernips, cleansing. Cleansing is called Kernips, and it's actually really easy to make. And we actually have a recipe, quote unquote. It's not that big of a recipe. I think it's pinned on the HH YouTube channel, actually. Let me just poke at that for a hot second. That way I can provide the resource. But Kernips, it's water. Is it pinned? Oh, it's not. Well, it's because we have a live thing. Can I have the link? Share. Thank you. Copy. We're going to go ahead and put it in the restream so that it's going to populate on the Twitch and YouTube as well. And I'm going to go ahead and copy that into the chat here. So Kernips is cleansing water. That's what it is. It's cleansing water. It's usually, you want to get water from a running source. Tap is fine because life. But it's used ceremonially to cleanse the hands and face before ritual. You can also cleanse in different ways. You can cleanse with incense. You can cleanse with sound. You can cleanse with music. You can cleanse with... that's all I came up with right now. And let's say you're out. Maybe you're out on a train. This is actually a good thought. Maybe you're out on a train or bus, and you're like, I want to do a thing. I'm late for it. I want to cleanse or whatever. And like, you can also like imagine yourself washing your hands or like washing yourself. Like, really, no materials fully necessary. We work with what we have, right? Incense. It's incense. Scroll down a little bit. Okay, libations. Libations, it's just, any clean container suitable for holding liquid, and libations is liquid offerings. It can be water. A lot of times it's usually like wine or mead. milk depending on the holy days. Oh my god, it really is raining. It's like Jesus. I think I hear thunder. Wow. All right. So like, so a libation can be confined to a few drops, or you can pour the whole thing. You know, whatever. You do you, boo. Storage. There's always, there's things to put things in. Like you want to keep it safe. You want to keep it. Yeah. Zoop says, yep. This week is going all out. Yep. Well, we're coming up on the full moon this Saturday, so it's a good time to leave. I mean, normally the month starts on the new moon, but it's a good time to leave the rest of the shit behind and start with a shining light of glorious Selene. So let's wash away all the shit, right? By the way, Kernips literally means to hand wash. It's in the little notes right here. And finally, there are containers like baskets or things that we leave our offerings in. Now, the other parts of the ritual, because of course we're talking also about the storage of stuff, so that's not part of the ritual. Usually there is cleansing, incense and libations are used as offerings. In between those, there's usually prayers and poems, hymns, whatever, right? Some way in which we call to the gods and let them know that we fucking love them, right? And it's so distracting because it's so loud for me. God, I love my mic. But and then usually for with the HH format, after we do the offerings, we also do like a couple more prayers, and then we close out the ritual as well with cleansing. Right after cleansing, we every ritual starts off with, of course, the goddess who is first and last. Beautiful, amazing, glorious, shining Hestia, filled with warmth and love, right? She was born first. And of course, Kronos then ate her first. So when Zeus, I'm just telling the story in case anyone doesn't know. So when Zeus then came back and like sucker punched Kronos and was like, yo, give me back my siblings. I don't want to be an only child. Hestia was then the last to be spit back out. So she is the first and the last, and as her title, she comes first and finishes the last of every ritual as we are protecting our home, whether it be online or our physical houses. Oh my god, I just felt myself break the spine further on this book. I heard it. I love that there's these little hymns. We're just going to read these out because they're so cute. And I just love that it's included. So, I need it to be enlarged. I'm fucking blind. I'm sorry. The Google alert just came of like severe thunderstorm warning for Los Angeles. No, really. Anyway, she then bathed and took clean raiment of her body and went to her upper chamber with her handmaids. Placing barley grains in a basket, she prayed to Athena. Hear me, child of Zeus who bears the aegis. O unwearied one, if ever Odysseus of many wiles burnt to thee in his halls fat thigh pieces of heifer or ewe, cow, I think it's cow. Remember these things now, I pray to thee, and save my dear son. That's from Homer's Odysseus, whatever the hell that number means. Bro, my pizza and tater tots may not get swept up in the weather. Yes, may your pizza and tater tots not be swept up in the weather. May they arrive dry and delicious. Or you should probably get your money back. I might actually go and do a prayer to Zeus outside. Legit. So we're reaching on the last section, so I'm gonna give us a little 60-second break. You just got the thunderstorm warning too, yeah. I'm gonna give us a little 60-second break on Twitch. Surprisingly, the ad already ran, so. But just to give a little time for anyone to like put either in the Twitch or the YouTube chat or the Discord chat any questions or comments they have before we go on to the last section. Coes? I think it's Coes. His phone's trying to kill me. Oh no. I just decided to take a 16-second break. I didn't actually have anything planned. I was going to run the ad. So now that the ad's not running, I'm like, just wait a minute. Oh, Grogu, thank you for the follow. The Robar uprising starts. That's awesome. Okay, and what I'm actually going to do is while we're paused, I'm going to go ahead and do I'm going to share our lovely Discord link that should be posting on Twitch and YouTube. So if anyone if you'd like to join this Discord server, we do gate entries every few days. So just go ahead and do your intro and your roles and hang out, chat, check out the info channels. Yeah. Oh, I can view this on the YouTube? How does it look on YouTube? Oh, it's just going to open up YouTube. All right, on libations, and we're just going to keep saying kois until I have a better word, a better pronunciation. Maybe it's in here. Oh, it's not on the pins. That's glorious. Oh, see, this is the stuff you miss if you're not in the Discord server. One of the members just posted beautiful pictures of a tattoo that they might get of Athena. That is amazing. Legitimately, I would get that. Like, ooh, it's so pretty. I'm actually going to be working on getting a tattoo. I need to start back up on that. Of 2 of Hermes wings on each ankle. And it does 100% like a devotional thing. So many of us have amazing tattoos. Us. I include myself. I don't have tattoos. All right. So, if we accept, whatever. On the gods in the world, it says that the gods are perfect beings and have no needs. Some may question why the religion is characterized by sacrifice, libations, offerings, and votive tokens. He then provides reason. Nice. He then provides the reason when he discusses about how the gods are approached through the acts of imitation and reciprocity. This means that we are able to attune ourselves to the sphere of influence of a particular god or goddess through offering appropriate libations and tokens. You're building a relationship, all right? You're building a relationship. I'm not getting it yet because, yeah. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, what we're doing is we're building a relationship with them. And let me just clear up a little thing here. The relationship with the gods is like a relationship with your friends, right? Me and my friend Becky, she lives several hours away, and we used to mail each other things, right? This is a great example of how like that there isn't necessarily a guaranteed reciprocity. And that's not what we expect, right? We're honoring them, we're giving offerings, we're worshiping them because like we love them and we have this relationship, not only because we want something, one would hope, because then it's a give and take thing, right? So we build this relationship. My friend, my bestie, Becky, who's on the server, we used to send each other packages of like just little dumb shit, stickers, whatever. And there was never a requirement to send one back. I just did it because I saw her. I saw the things. Like, I know her. I saw the things. And I was like, you know what? She'd like this. And it's like $1. So, like, whatever. And I was just giving it to her because we're friends. Right? I didn't expect her to give anything back. Did she? Yeah. Yeah, she did. We haven't done that in a while. Neither one of us remembers who sent it last. And it doesn't matter. Because we gave that gift because we love them. Because we love the person, right? Similarly, in offering, we're not waiting for the reciprocity, right? We are honoring. And if, we, as it says, we can attune ourselves to the sphere of influence. That's another way of saying that, like, hey, maybe they're listening to us. Maybe it's going to actually affect us. It doesn't guarantee it. Okay, so nowadays, there's a lot of people ask about like animal sacrifice and things like that. Like that's usually one of the things I get when I talk to those who are very conservative or who are of a certain religion. They're always like, oh my God, like do you like kill animals and like goats and stuff? I'm like, no. First off, I don't even own a goat. Second, even if I wanted to, goats are expensive. I don't have room for that. Then I gotta kill it. Then I have to deal with that, and I gotta do the meat thing. No, we go to the butcher like a normal person. Actually, even worse than that. Worse, I say worse. Even better than that, I would sacrifice. It sounds so dumb. Animal cookies. Animal cookies, right? There's always replacements. There's always substitutes. But a common one is like cakes. Usually honey cakes are pretty common. But you know, instead of a cake, in the form of a sacred animal, I did cookies. Meh. You know? And it's a great way. And what I would do is I would put my hand in the bag and like I wouldn't look and I would randomly pick out like an animal. And I was like, oh, awesome. Oh gosh, darn it, I did it again. And like that would be the animal that would be sacrificed. Sometimes I picked a specific one. If it was a specific holiday where, like, for example, bulls were sacrificed. Obviously I didn't have a bull in the fucking bag, but I had a cow. So man. All right, libations. So yeah, they're just fluid. Any fluid, like it doesn't matter really. Some of the holidays are specific, like water, honey, oil, wine, perfume, milk, fruit juice, any of those are perfectly fine substitutes. So libation is considered one of the highest acts of worship. I want to highlight this here. It's an act in which we offer the best part of ourselves, libating our respect and communion with the divine. With the libation, we validate the spoken word. You know, we say like we're offering this, and we're doing it. We're honoring our word, right? And our intention to give to the gods, which is like our blessings and actions, right? Basically, we're doing what we said we wanted to do. We're honoring the gods and we're giving something. Now, there is also the fact of like there's a whole story about how in the offerings to the gods, I think it was Prometheus tricked Zeus into choosing which offering that Zeus would want. One was filled with all the actual meat of the animal, and the other one was like fat covered with meat. So when it was, you know, when they had fire and they were cooking, it smelled better. So Zeus picked the one that was the fat covered with meat and was like, so in that offering, we don't have to give the best of the best, right? In the food offering. Maybe we should, but I'm just saying this has a story that has set precedent. But libation has nothing of the sort. It is simply the libation. We would give the wine, the same thing, the honey, the oils, the perfumes, the milk. These all were like not always the easiest to get, right? So that we give the thing itself, not the best or the most edible or the not edible. Like it is the same thing that we ourselves would partake in, if we were to partake in those things. I mean, I eat honey, so. Homer notes that libations are poured before retiring to bed, and Hesiod mentions it before breakfast and at sunset. So it's like you can, very often they would share or put aside pieces of their meals for the gods as offerings. So there's different, you know, people saying different things for some of this. Again, it's a flexible religion. Whatever works for you with the intention of honoring the gods. So if you find sources that are kind of contradictory, look, it happens through history. All right. So there was different libations for different things, right? As I said, some holidays require like for example, Lupercalia is coming up, and there is part of the ritual where something is wiped off of the head of people helping the ritual. I don't want to mention it because it can be triggery. But it's wiped off with sheep's wool drenched in milk. So that holiday has the specific association of milk, right? Some holidays have specific things. But in general, libations are liquid offerings. So libations of red wine predominate the community. It's very, very common. I don't drink red wine. I don't have red wine. I can't offer red wine. So I make do. But red wine is a symbol of sacrifice, youth, and eternal life, as well as sacred inebriation, like the Bacchic ecstasy. And that's relating to, in case you're not familiar with the Bacchae, it's relating to Dionysus. Super fun. The full play that we did, I think in Minecraft, is on our YouTube channel. We presented the play The Bacchae in Minecraft. No worries. I got you. I saw you put it up and put it down. Yep. Okay. I wanted to mention, it's under this, the libations. Okay. So this is really cool. I thought it was really sweet. Look, I don't know if anyone has noticed. Hellenism and a lot of other pagan practices are focused a lot on community. So many rituals, many things that they did were representations of that, or celebrations of it. So libations may be made from, not saying that word, from the wine jug, the cup, and the goblet, and finally, whatever that is, which symbolizes the whole, right? In all the, the different servings. A cup might be small, the wine jug is a jug, or maybe in this case, in more modern day, the bottle. The goblet, and I don't know what that is. I'm gonna have to look that up. We're gonna have to. I'll look it up and I'll post it in the book club channel. So every form of serving is included, right? So it's representing the whole. Oh, I wrote in my notes, this is how we become alcoholics. That's funny. Okay, honestly, I didn't drink as much before Hellenism either. Like, when I started in my pagan practice, and I was going to events, literally every event had some sort of liquor. And usually it was in the ritual, like you were allowed to like take part in it, or you could just like put the jug to your head or pass it on. And like, I always tried it. I always thought it was good. I like to try things, and I'm glad that I got to try it without having to buy a whole fucking bottle, because I don't drink a lot either. All right, so, I have the word. Oh, I wrote it down. Oh, I'm so good. So Koes literally means chthonic. And if you don't know what chthonic means, and actually I spell it with a C. I probably spell it wrong. I think the C is specifically for like underworld gods, and this is just to ancestors. There might be, there's small things like that. But this is to the chthonic gods, to the ancestors of the deceased specifically. So like kind of think of like an ofrenda, I guess, where they're celebrating. That's within. Is it specifically Mexican, or is it? I don't know actually. But what's the name of the movie? Shoot, Disney just put it out. I forgot the name of the movie. Fuck. But think about a shrine to like your ancestors. It's the same kind of worshiping, right? Or I guess whatever, giving offering, not necessarily worshiping. Worship, work with, practice, they're all interchangeable. So the method of offering koes is the sudden tipping over of a libation vessel, thus emptying all of its contents at once onto the soil, onto a grave or hole in the ground. As with libations, the vessels for the koes must be made of sustainable materials and kept clean. Yes, that guy. Yep, the skeleton. I'm trying to remember the name, and I can't remember it right now because my brain. Coco. Yes. So think of Coco, where they have the ofrenda to the family, right? Thank you. I know. I figure if I keep describing stuff, eventually people will figure out what it is. This is always an important thing that we learn. Hold on. We learned from Persephone. We learned from many things. However, the liquids for the koes are never consumed, as is common with libations. Again, in the practices that I've done, people have consumed libations, partly for no waste. I do have specific foods and things that are specifically for rituals. Why are they not consumed? Because it is associated with the dead, and we do not eat the food of the dead. Similarly, thinking of Persephone, right? Persephone was taken down to the underworld, and she ate like so many pomegranate seeds. I love it. Thank you for using the emojis. So Persephone ate the pomegranate seeds, and then she had to spend time in the underworld. So we do not eat the food that is dedicated to the dead. Yeah. Yes, Persephone, exactly. It's a lovely lesson. We don't need to learn lessons over again. Yeah, pomegranate. I'm so terrible about that because I fucking love pomegranates. And literally, what I will do is I will eat them again. No waste, right? I will eat the pomegranate and I will eat the actual pomegranate. I will offer up like the part of the pomegranate that's like at the top, or I guess bottom. I think it's at the top where there's like seeds in at the top still, and I will offer the seeds and the skin. Not all of it, obviously, because that's a lot. As the offering, and eat the rest because we're not wasteful, right? Not a fan of pomegranates. That's fine. You can burn them. I just want to make sure I'm not going far. Okay. Libation. Oh, I want to go a little bit higher. Hold on. So the three koes. There's three. This is an example of a funerary rite. There's actually also a holiday that's associated with funerary rites. Blech. Yeah, don't disrespect the dead. Just don't be disrespectful. Like I feel like a lot of the principles of practicing Hellenism are just basic fucking life rules. Don't go to someone's house and be a dick. Don't be disrespectful. I genuinely believe that someone I know, someone I know associated or had an experience with Mama Hera and Aphrodite, and then they did something stupid and they were terrible to their partner, and they went kind of nuts. And it was insane because I was like, yeah, you don't fuck with people. Don't disrespect. Don't make commitments and then go double back on them purposefully. Don't be like that. Treat yourself, treat your practice with respect. Treat the people, the beings that you worship with respect. With the same kindness and generosity and hospitality that you would a stranger in your home, right? Xenia is the concept of being welcoming, right? That's why also we have Zeus Xenodocus. I know a lot. Holy shit. I'm just out here rambling information. What the hell? I remember the days where I didn't know jack shit. Just goes to show you. Victoria learns well when she does streams. I want to highlight this. Because everyone started somewhere. Okay. I literally did not know jack fucking shit. A lot of the early streams, and you can probably go find them on YouTube. A lot of the early streams are me literally talking to other people and asking questions because I didn't know jack shit. And I learned so much that way. That's why we focus so much on community. And obviously it's part of the practice, but it's also because it's how we learn together, right? We experience, and we're here to learn and honor the gods together. Right. So when it comes to ancestor worship, water, honey, and milk are most common, as opposed to like some other rituals where like wine is more common. Oh, your roommate is hella disrespectful. Yeah, that's wow. That's kind of all right. I'm right there with you. I'd be like, okay. All right, the last thing, libations for oaths. So libations are also made when taking oaths. Wine is used for this purpose and is not consumed. And the breaking of the it's done with a vow. That's why it's not consumed. This isn't just something that we're doing as part of a ritual. we're using this for a very specific, very special, not something that happens all the time situation, right? Although people die every day, our relatives don't die every day. Henceforth, why those drinks are not another reason why those offerings, those libations are not not drunk, whatever. Libations for oaths. Again, this is a special situation. It's a special circumstance. It has special things. And because the libation it's like giving a promise, right? I'm poor. I'm giving this to you as part of something that I am offering as I make this commitment. You're talking with your friend about being serious about this year, about working out, and you want them to hold you to it. That you want them to hold you to doing a better lifestyle, right? What are you doing? Are you just like talking to your friend? Like, this is serious. You're asking them of a favor, right? Go buy him a cup of coffee. You're going, and saying, hey, I'm making this promise, or we're making this promise together. This is for you. Thank you for listening to me, taking the time, and, going with me on this very serious, very special journey of whatever the hell you're taking the oath for. I'm going to die. Hold on. Ego. That's funny. So yeah, and doing so is part of a vow. Exactly. Honor the gods in whatever we can do. We work with what we have, that was something that I learned from reading the Four Agreements. Highly recommend. Really easy book. We do not have it in the library, to my knowledge. If anyone has a spare copy that they would like to donate to the library or any other books, please contact and tag the resource committee or tag a mod. But it was something that I really kind of internalized. And I think that's something that also really helped in my practice, and me not, because when I started out, again, before I read that book, I did feel a sense of inadequacy of my altars, my practice. I didn't know what I was doing. I felt like I didn't know what I was doing, and I didn't know what to do. And I, when I started, I was with a crowd that was very, I think the word is reconstructionist. So it's a little bit more formal. It's a little bit less, like gaming for the gods was not a thing. Right? That's something we do. Pagans play on Saturdays at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Where we play games and talk about the gods. And usually the games are Greek or Hellenic themed, like Hades. I really need to get Hades too. But that wasn't something they did. And so it was a little bit inaccessible to me, which is why we do things the way that we do in HH, because we want it to be accessible for everybody. And I didn't know what to do. And it felt so overwhelming. And as I went through practice, and of course learned that it's really the intention that counts, once I read the Four Agreements, I really internalized that, we do what we can with what we have. And I think that is definitely a core thing to repeat within Hellenism and within paganism. And I think, honestly, life. Because as much as we want to do the very best that we've ever done, like we want to hold ourselves to that very best standard, life happens. And that you don't always have that level of energy to commit. You don't always have that level of resources to commit. You don't always have, the community to do the thing that you want to do, right? A lot of our holidays are festivals. It's kind of hard to have a festival like in person when you're only one person, right? I mean, personally, turn on your disco lights and, have a ball. But solo, I do that. But it can feel like it's not enough. And understanding that just saying, hey, I love you guys. Thanks for being in my life. I hope you like this cup of tap water. That's what I got. Thanks. Is enough. That's it. Faith. Love. And don't even start me on the 7 types of love. I will I'll talk forever. But thank you all for joining Twitch, YouTube, Discord. Thank you so much. This was a ball. I love reading the commentary. I love the comments. Please feel free to put your notes in, or if there's any aspect that you want to go back to, or something you're looking forward to talking about in the book. Put it in the thread here. Let me see if I can tag the thread in the Discord server. Sorry, Twitch and YouTube, you gotta actually be in the server. Yeah. Oh no, the book club suggestion thread, and then the... Why is that not showing up? That's interesting. Oh, I bet it's... Hellenic Polytheism. There it is. It's under Hellenic Polytheism Household Worship. Yep. All right. Tag the thread in the Discord chat. Next time on Hellenic Herald Book Club, we'll be Hold on, I gotta do the voice. Next time on Hellenic Herald Book Club, pages 47 through 32, on offerings and tokens for each deity, on prayers and hymns. Okay, so for that one, I just want to cover that. Let's just poke at it real quick in the book here. This is what it looks like. We're not going to go over every single page of this. As you see, we don't go over every word, but we don't need to go over this. Just read it. Athena, I know, right? And I do love that they do this. I love that they provide this. But in that note, I also want to make sure to remind everyone that we have the Hellenic Herald calendar out. It is free and available for download on HellenicHerald.com. I'm sorry, HellenicHerald.com. Let's see if I can grab the link real quick. It's the A that always gets me messed up. It's A Hellenic Herald. I couldn't get HellenicHerald.com because it's part of a freaking newspaper, which is really funny that they didn't grab the socials, but they grabbed the website. So we just have A HellenicHerald.com. I just dropped the link. It is free to download. If you'd like a print version, it is pretty much at cost. It's just something we want to put out there for everyone, and it does have per month a little bit of information. I'll go ahead and maybe show that on stream for a second. And I'll go ahead and switch that on here for a second so you guys can see it as well. All right. Yeah, so, as I said, it's wonderful they have the information in the book. But if you wanted to, you can also download our free calendar. Here's what January's page looked like. And, of course, we have the information I was mentioning right there. There's a lot of pictures. Let's get to the one that actually shows that. There we go. So we have a little bit of information about the deity. Again, some plants, animals, symbols, as well as examples of devotional acts and the epithets, right? So the epithets, like for Athena, would be I think she has what's it called? Of the gray eyes? I can't remember. But it would be like protector of warriors, protector of women. Similarly, Hera's is presider over marriage. She is the queen of the gods, etc., etc. So we also included, this year we were able to include more pagan holidays. So we're featuring Hellenic, Roman, Celtic, and Norse. Dope. As well as we have USA, UK, and Canadian bank holidays. Aspect showing the moon cycle, so you can find out when the new months are and when Numinia is coming. That's the first day of the new month. As well as I said, deity information, devotional acts, epithets, and every month has a devotional poem and prayer, so you don't have to come up with your own if you don't want to, because I get that that's hard and not everyone's a wordsmith. With that, everyone, thank you all for joining. Again, we tied it almost neatly an hour. I apologize again for starting so late. Literally before I started the stream, I told my Alexa, because oh my god, she heard it.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
It's okay, don't worry about it. I can't believe she heard that. I literally whispered it into the mic. What's funny is I've triggered somebody else's on stream, which is really funny to me. Um, but I literally I put her on a reminder for Thursdays at 2 p.m. so I don't forget again. As we get into the habit, they're always listening. So thank you, everyone. May the gods guide you on your journeys, and have a wonderful Thursday and a wonderful weekend. Remember, the full moon is on Saturday, so if you're gonna charge your moon water, I don't know. I find that funny. I charge my water. I do. I actually have water that I put out during I think it was a solar eclipse, and I did one on a lunar eclipse, and it was awesome. Why do we do that? It's hard to explain. Think of it like when you put out devotional items on an altar that you intend to like use or take off the altar for whatever reason, and you're just being like, can you just bless this, please? Thank you. And then I've used that water to make kernips. So again, that's cleansing water. Thank you all so much. Have a wonderful day, and may the gods bless you on your journey.